Biafra is all he asks for. Every night and day he's shouting and pointing to one direction. But his own people are blind and saying it's causing division. Tell me why someone who sacrificed his life for you and I. Tell me why out of sight has become out of our mind. He's asking for nothing and cares about not for these people emancipation. No. But there is a breaking news to those who never knew. Permit me to give you a clue. In the morning sun will rise. There is a breaking news to those who never knew. Permit me to give you a clue. The morning sun will rise. He doesn't care about nothing and abandon his family. Take your time and think what he's going through. He doesn't want to give up but to protect you. Even when they throw him African juju. Oh no, Freeing up the cannon now. Let me hear you sing. Freeing up the cannon now. The cannon now. The cannon now. You hate him because of envy. We love him, he's one and only. We follow him because he's ready to die for the freedom of his people. Whatever he said, it's a prophecy. Take it on, you live it, let you believe. He's so fanatical and ever ready to die for the freedom of his people. There is a breaking news to those who never knew. Permit me to give you a clue. In the morning sun will rise. There is a breaking news to those who never knew. Permit me to give you a clue. The morning sun will rise. Freeing up the cannon now. 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 Let me hear you sing. Everybody come and join me singing. Freeing up the cannon. Freeing up the cannon. Yeah. Freeing up the cannon.
Good morning, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom. I welcome you all to this program today. My name remains Betty Ada Biafra. Biafrans, lovers of freedom, we have a very good cause in fighting for our freedom. And I thank Chukwu Okike Abiama for making me a Biafran. Wonderful people, wherever you are watching this program from, join me and let us continue. Biafra remains our priority, our religion, and we must evangelize. Any Biafran, wherever you are, at this stage and you think or you believe that Biafrans are not doing well, you must search your brain. We are doing fantastically okay as freedom fighters. So we thank Chukwu Okike Abiama for his support to what we are doing. My people, join me so that we will continue. Ndị be anyị nọ n'ụlọ, nwoke na nwaanyị, ekenekwa m unu. Ndewonu. Asị m nke onye chilu ya zelu. Ụmụnne anyị nọ n'ụlọ, ọ ga-adịlụ nwoke mma, dịlụ nwaanyị mma. Ife anyị na-eme na-aga n'iru, onye adakwa na mba. Onye larụ ebula egbue. So every Biafran nọ n'ụlọ, taa bụ Wednesday 12th of November 2025. Anyị na-ayọ Chukwu Okike Abiama sị ebe onye anọ na-abụ Biafra, Chukwu Okike ya biko ya chedie. Ụmụnne m na ụmụnna m, ndị nwere efe iwọchi this program, bịanụ join anyị, solunu n'ife anyị na-eme. Anyị niile bụ ofu. O nwee link ka m ntinye here, ka onye ọbụla bụ nwa Biafra ka o jisi ike gbaa mbọ tinye aka n'ife anyị na-eme. Anyị niile bụ ofu. Biafra enwero nkewa, kama onye kewapụzikwa onwe anyị arapụ ya. So ụmụnne m na ụmụnna m, gbakọtanụ ka anyị mee ife anyị nwere ike ime. O nwere onye bụ professional freedom fighter. Ị ga-emetụ ụfọdụ imisie ya, mee mistake, ị correctkwa onwe gị, ị na-agakwa n'iru until ị nweta ife ị na-achọ. So my people, ana m ekene Chukwu Okike Abiama n'isi ụmụ Biafra niile, ọkachasịkwa our leader Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Anyị na-ayọ Chukwu ya tinye ọgba aghara n'etiti ndị niile ejie ife ọjọọ na akpụkpọ ọjọọ niile fa na-akpali ya, ka ọ ghara ịga n'iru. Na-ayọkwa Chineke ka o release our prime minister Maazị Simon Ekpa, mma eji gbuo agụ. Onye ilo si na ọ dịrọ nkọ, ka Chukwu mee ebele ka erelizie ya, ka anyị nwere onwe anyị. Na-ayọkwazi Chukwu ka ọ na-edu our current leader Maazị Oge Nkere, our acting prime minister. Ka o duo ya n'ụtụtụ, duo ya n'efifie, duo ya n'abalị, duo ya n'ọpụpụ ya na mbata ya, ka ife niile ọ na-eme ka ọ na-agazi. Duo our general Butu ụzọ na ndị niile na-echedobe anyị. Biko nna, duo fa. Na-edukwa Elias, our lobbyist, maka nọọ irecognize Biafra ka onye nke anwa so our APM na-eme, and I need the two major things or three major things I need kita. Itu eje mma na eje for our defense and for our recognition. This is it. So ndị be anyị, ife niile na-aga kita na Nigeria, unu ga-eji wee ghọta na our APM na ije ọ na-eje kwụrụ ọtọ, and anyị nwere olileanya na Biafra ga-abịa, and na ọ bịago abịa, mana ọ fọdụrụ nwantịntị. So ndị be anyị nọ n'ụlọ, ife ọbụla anyị ga-discuss na this program today na bekee, iwu bụ na m ga-try my best ime ka unu ghọta ife ọ bụ. Maka na o nwee nwoke a na-akpọ Gonta Fleniga, onye Austria. Ọ nọkwa na NATO, bụrụ chairman na that part of Europe. The man na-agba nnọọ mbọ, na-agbasi ike ka ọ fụ na recognize Biafra. Maka na kịta Nigeria chịpụtago onwe ha ụkwụ n'ama. Onye ọbụla amalụgo na Fulani bụ nsogbu enwe na that region. Anyị abụrụ Nigeria. Kemgbe ndị nna nna anyị nọ, ife anyị bụ Biafra. Ndị ọcha bịa kpokọta anyị niile ọnụ, kpokọta anyị na ndị ofe mmanụ na ndị Hausa, bịa wee mee anyị si na anyị bụ Nigeria. Mana fa tinyekwara iwu na that amalgamation, wee sị na o luo 100 years na onye chọrọ ịpụ ga-apụ. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu wee luo during his time, maka na Ojukwu emego, gbaa mbọ, ọ gbara ezigbo mbọ. Ojukwu gbara ezigbo mbọ during his time, mana ife karịrị aka, maka na ọ dị whole world bịa soro wee nụọ ya bụ agha, wee ọ gaa ka o si wee gaa. Kemgbe anwa ụwa zuru ike bido, onye ndu si n'aka ụwa zuru ike wee pụta, wee luo kịta. Unu mana onye ndu ka nọ n'iru agha, onye ndu nọ n'iru agha, ọ na-anụkwa ike. Our PM join ya kịta, anyị nọzi with our APM. Mbọ niile anyị na-agba bụ ka anyị nwere onwe anyị, maka na that amalgamation of 1914 si na after 100 years na onye chọrọ inwere onwe ya ga-enwere onwe ya. Ka our leader Maazị Nnamdi Kanu ji wee sị ka emee referendum, ka onye ọbụla kwuo ebe ọ chọrọ ịnọ. Ndị Fulani ekwerọ mbịa ka onye nwe ana, onye bịara abịa from Futajalon wee sị na ndị ọ bịakwutere na fama aṅụ mmiri wee tọgbu iko. So my people, onye cheta ebe o si abịa, ọ malụ ebe o jekọ na etu ọ ga-esi wee ga. And etu anyị ga-esi wee ga kịta, my people, o nwere etu ọzọ karịkwa donating to fund our liberation and our freedom, and to defend our and protect our land. This is it. So Biafrans, ka anyị ga-esi wee mee program nke taa bụ na yesterday, o nwee nwoke a bụ Gunter Fellinger. M ga-egosi unu his video now. Ọ bịalụ na space yesterday wee kwuo okwu. So let me see if I can bring his video so that unu mara onye ọ bụ. Enwekwara m ike kpọrọ unu his voice, unu ewee mara onye ọ bụ. Then I will go to where he actually came on the space. N'ife okwu gasị,
and about the end to the prosecution of Christians in Nigeria. I was yesterday at a conference in the Austrian Parliament led by our Austrian parliamentarian Gudrun Kugler. She is a very strong advocate for
So my people, ndewonu. Ka m nkenekwa ụmụnne anyị na ụmụnne anyị ndị bịara iso anyị taa wee gbasa ozi ọma Biafra, because Biafra bụ our religion. Right now we have to continue to evangelize and talk about Biafra to the whole world. Kịta ndị ụwa na-amata anyị. Kudos to onye ndu Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, kudos to Maazị Simon Ekpa, and kudos to Maazị Ogenkere. Biafrans are now known all over the world. Biafrans are now known. Ụjọ atụkwana onye ọbụla. We are getting there. Thank you, my people. My brother Uchenna Ndewo, thank you so much. And my beautiful sister, Love, Friday Peter Ndewo, at yes, William, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, my people. Let us kick it off and continue spreading our gospel.
Good morning from Vienna. This is Günther Fehling-Jahn speaking about ex-Nigeria and about freedom for Biafra and about the end to the prosecution of
My people, I don't know if I have introduced him. His name is Jan. Maybe John, but he's from Austria. Gunther Fellinger. He said he told us during the time he came on program with our APM last week or early this, I think it was last week. He introduced himself. He is the NATO chairman in that part of the Europe, Austria, Kosovo, Bosnia, and EU. He's their chairman, the chairman of NATO. And his name is Gunther. You can call him Gunther. So he's advocating that Biafra should be recognized. We have seen so many videos. We can't keep going over and over everything. But this man is the reigning thing. He's now spreading the gospel of Biafra in Europe. And Unuma Bundi so Nigeria, when Usaya na 1967. Mana nwoke a na-agba mbọ na-asọpọtụ ife anyị na-eme na-agbasa oziọma Biafra na Europe, while our APM and our lobbyists are in the US. Ndị be anyị gịnị fọdụ? Europe with the 44 nations. From my search, what I discovered in Google is that European nations are 44. So you can imagine where 5 or 6 of them recognize Biafra, plus America. So we have to listen to him before I will go to the space program he held yesterday, and we will hear what he said and what people were telling him. So ndị be anyị nọkwa n'ụlọ, ndị na-aghọta bekee na ndị ada aghọtasị ife a na-ekwu etu esi kwuo ya. Nwoke a bụ onye isi ndị NATO na Austria. He is an Austrian, and ọ bụ onye na-represent ndị Europe. Ọ sị na ya ga-emeki sure na recognize Biafra, that na far disappoint anyị during 1967 to 1970 war. That na Nigeria na ya na-advocate, that is na ya na-ayọ ndị mba ụwa ka fanye aka ka etisa Nigeria. And etu a ka ọ ga-esi mee. Unu matakwa na Chukwu okike abịama na-edu anyị n'ije a. Anyị pụta anya sị na ife anyị na-eme bụ ife mmụọ. Onye anyị na-achụla aja bụ oke mmụọ. Chukwu bụ oke mmụọ. And ka Chukwu si elo, ọ dị na Isaiah, na the way we think is not the way God thinks. So ife anyị na-elo nwere ike dị iche, Chukwu a na-alụzie n'ụzọ dị iche. So ka anyị ga-enwoke a ntị wee nụ ife ọ na-ekwu. As we go along,
Christians in Nigeria. I was yesterday at a conference in the Austrian Parliament led by our Austrian parliamentarian Gudrun Kugler. She is a very strong advocate for the end of the prosecution of Christians, and I hope she will be appointed the EU Special Envoy, and it will strike tear in the hearts of the Nigerian genocidal regime, which is killing Christians by the day. Yesterday also the Hungarian state minister against the prosecution of Christians, Mr. Tristan Abazai, he was here in Vienna and I had the honor to talk to him, and he shared terrible facts about the atrocities committed by the Islamists against the Christians in Nigeria. And of course, you know, they are stopping short to call for the independence for Biafra, which I do endorse that. But definitely he is very positive, and I asked him how we can stop this atrocity by freezing all EU funding, freezing all EU trade with Nigeria, and of course boycotting Nigerian products and basically freezing the relationship with Nigeria as a genocidal state against Christians, because it's one of the worst situations in the world, similar to Syria and North Korea, where Christians are prosecuted by our enemy regimes, by the hostiles. It's always the hostiles. They take the Christians as hostage, yeah, and they torture them and they kill them and massacre them. And Nigeria, in my view, is a clear candidate for ex-Nigeria, and this should be our policy. But first of all, we have to cut EU funding, we have to cut EU trade, boycott Nigeria. It's a hostile state. Yeah.
Yes, ndị be anyị, unu afụgo ife na-aga kịta, ọ dị this way, the way I see it and my own little observation. I don't know about another person. Dịka inwe nsogbu, inwe crisis or inwe problem with mmadụ, i wee jee na nke onye ọkaikpe. Ife onye ọkaikpe anwa ga-eme bụ ọ ga-enwe conversation with you. That conversation ka a na-akpọ conference. Gịnị ya ga-enwe that conference? Ọ na-eme ife a na-akpọ fact. Ọ ga-eme elicit facts. Ya ife niile inwe bụ mkpa gị ga-agwụ anya. Ọ na-edetue, o desi anya, ọ gụọlụ gị ya, sị gị ọkwa ife a ka ikwu, isi ya o nwee ike ọ sị gị gị naba, gị na ka ya gụọ ife idelu, research ya ife law kwu maka ife anwa ịgwara ya. Ọ researchisia ya, onye ga another date ị ga-eji wee bịa, ọ gwa gị na ife law kwu na ife ịdị right to get. Ọ gwa gị how credible ya na kesi gị anwa na inwe chance iwin ya. Ife niile a bụ the way procedural measures, ụzọ ị ga-esi wee jegide wee nweta solution. Ọ bịa gwazia gị ego one ọ ga-achaji gị. Gị nwa nwekwa ike ịba gị na ịyọba na ịnwero that amount. Ụfọdụ gasị go ahead as long as m nweta my case. Etu a ka ọ dị Biafrans. Anyị ebulugo ikpe anyị bupụtelu ndị mba ụwa. Anyị egosigo ụdị vidio dị iche iche. Unfortunately, ndị platforms a fada allow ka iwepụta ebe egburu mmadụ ma etu esi egbu mmadụ. Sọsọ nke anwa ka anyị egosiro, nke fa na-akpọ gory images. Anyị adịghị show onya. Hello Eukarya, thank you so much for joining. So anyị adịghị show ụdị afọ. So ịgwasia your solicitor, your lawyer, onye ọkaikpe gị everything, o jiri nwayọọ pịakọ ọnya, may apply to court. Court ya agwụ ya mbọsị ọ ga-ebute ikpe anwa to you, ị ga-ebute ikpe anwa to court. Court ejiri nwayọọ deelu the other side letter, deelu gị letter, gị nwa welu letter anwa send yalu your client. Ife niile a bụ the processes, and anyị agaghị. Our APM o jelu na August wee je mee nke a na-akpọ congressional testimony. The congressmen wee dobie. Ọ bịakwa mee nke a na-akpọ briefing on the 18th of September. That's 2 months ago. Fadobie welie majia ife niile fama na-aga na Nigeria, na ife niile APM ogo during the testimonial, na ife document niile ọ na-enyefe. Unu fụrụ mgbe ọ na-ada enyefe our charter contain law iji gosi na anyị ga-abụ a law abiding citizen. And unu anụgo mgbe APM si na fajulia, do you have an army? Do you have an army means for you to be recognized, you must fulfill all the Montevideo Convention criteria for you to be made a nation, or for you to be recognized as a nation. Anyị nwere army, anyị enwego our charter, anyị ejego na Latin Finland, may everything for Biafra to be reinstated. I made all those things. My people, onye si na Biafra ka bịarọ, onye anwa ka nọ n'ụla. Biafra is here. Ọ otito ga-adịlu Chukwu okike abịama. Mana ife ụfọdụ bụ this our donation. Funding. This is our website, www.biafrarepublicgovernment.org. If you are spelling the government, you spell it in full, because some of the things we end in gov. But this one ended in government, government.org. I click rana this website na your browser. If it is igafubu donation on the top left hand side, right hand side of the website. Very beautiful website. You could even advertise it on your own Twitter handle. We have done everything. Kita anyị nọzi na mkpokọta, and Chukwu ji aka ya na-ekpokọtala anyị, maka na nwoke anụnwa ọnya ji aka ya wee trace anyị. I know that all of them visit our website, because your website is like when you are not there after the exams, your script is what will make the examiner to determine that you are a serious student, you are qualified to leave your class to another level. It is only your script. So our website is like our script that the examiner is marking when you are not there. So when they come to our website, it will speak volumes for us. The presentation alone and all the pictures that our APM took with all the congressmen will show you that these are serious people. Yet back in Nigeria, they are calling us terrorist organization, but we don't care. It's only between them and God that knows who are terrorizing each other. Ọ bụrụ na anyị bụ terrorist, a man of this integrity, o nwere ike trace anyị bịa solo anyị na-eme ife anyị na-eme. Ya na our APM and our information minister, they had a common nations speech that most of us watched, and we were very glad. So what he is saying now is that in his parliament, anyway, and Makowali and Debaye no. Us in a parliament, na falulu there, the president or the a lady, we see na ife na-aga na Nigeria na ọ jọgburu onwe, because na emege introduce to that president. See ya na nekwa ife na-aga na Nigeria, or see na killing of Christian is a no. So if ọ na-akọwazi kịta bụ na fa na-achọ a way a ga-esi cut off business and trades with with Nigeria. He calls them ex-Nigeria. And anything akpọrọ ex, ọ dị ka onye nusilidi wee divorce or gbasa, ina refers it to that your husband, itinye ex. Yeah, or ife gara aga, Nigeria agago aga. So this man is now telling you the aftermath of Nigeria being designated. So ndị be anyị nọ n'ụlọ, this designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern, unu afugo na ọ na-eshake ifa. Nigeria amarozi fa na-agba aga n'iru, fa ga-agbaga azụ. Ị ga-afụ onwe video m ga-egosi gị ebe Nigeria na-asị America that they are now ready to work with them to eliminate terrorists. Medicine after death. Medicine after death. So that designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern, what follows after that is sanction. And any country has sanction. Enwe economic sanction, diplomatic sanction, and the trade sanction. All these things, we follow kita. That is the next thing Nigeria is expecting. And they are now panicky like hell. Hello, Charles. Thank you for joining us. Nigeria is panicking so much. Fana panic. Kedu ndị mere ife a ji wee dị possible? Maka na onye ọbụla, everyone that lives in Nigeria knows that this Christian genocide have started a long time and nobody talks about it. Even though in year 2014 that Tinubu, when he was governor of Lagos State, he sponsored Buhari. And that time, Jonathan was in office. And they were looking for a way to push Jonathan out for Buhari to come in. Because Buhari have made 3 attempts from military to civilian rule to be the ruler or president of Nigeria. And he has been failing. So they were desperate. Tinubu wee dee letter to ndị America wee si ndị America fa bịa nyelufe aka na Christians na-efesi extinction, genocide and massacre na Nigeria, that America should come and help them. Apart from the time Akpolu Chibok girls, they also called Americans. They invited America to come and help them. Now, my people, Kafana arant now. Why Donald Trump ji wee si gun ablazing? Unu ma ife bụ gun ablazing? Gwa. Fa wee si, why o je threaten fa? Donald Trump wee wepụta that letter. See Tinubu, we haven't forgotten. Remember in 2014 when you wrote us this letter that there's Christian genocide and massacre in Nigeria. Is it not the same Nigeria? Now you are the president. We are coming to help you. America never said they are going to fight Nigeria. That is the irony of their hypocrisy. Never said. America never said we are going to fight against Nigeria, because Nigeria and America are not enemies. They are friends. They are friends. Your friend cannot say that I'm coming to fight you. No. Tinubu invited America. And America has now decided to come and help fight those terrorist groups that are massacring Christians. And nobody will say that Christians are not being massacred. They will tell you, Muslims are also being killed. Why are those killings? Why are you killing people? Does religious issue require any citizen to die before you resolve your religious problems? If religion is the issue, why kill people, whether Christian or Muslim? But it is not for us to talk about Muslims. We are Christians and we must talk about the killing of Christians. And that's what this man is saying. So let's continue to listen to him.
It's a Russian Chinese ally, it's a BRICS member or candidate, and definitely it should pay the price for the atrocities against Christians. And this was very good. Thanks a lot, everybody, for sharing this events tweets I sent yesterday, and also this video. And please do everything you can to work towards ex-Nigeria and freedom for Biafra and the end of Christian persecution everywhere, especially, obviously, it's our enemy states who take their Christian population as hostage and torture them in Syria, North Korea, and in Nigeria. And this must end. This must end absolutely. And I will continue to campaign on this issue. Thanks a lot for your support, and being sure next week on the Wednesday is Red Wednesday, the global day against persecution of Christians, and it's absolutely important that the UN makes that a global UN awareness day, the Red Wednesday, and please stop the persecution of our brothers and sisters in Nigeria and promote ex-Nigeria and independence of Biafra. Thanks a lot. All the best from Vienna. Bye. Good morning from Vienna.
Yes, my people, you have heard him. He is promoting the recognition of Biafra. Now, tell me, assuming we are going to get this man to work for us, do you think that we will pay him no or yes? It is God. Ọ Chukwu. Ọ Chukwu na-ewepụta ndị niile a ga-abịa now straighten our movement. Ọ na-aga welele. We have suffered. We have suffered 111 years now since 1914 that Lord Lugard amalgamated the Igbos, the Yorubas, and the Hausas. And Fulanis started rearing their ugly head. There has never been any peace. Anywhere Fulani be, they want to dominate. They don't want you to talk. They don't want you to speak. They don't want you to exist. So you will just be walking like a dead man walking. No, my people, we have to do something to free our conscience, to free ourselves and our children and our generation unborn. Onwere ife dị n'ụwa like hard labor, hard work. When you work hard, God will help you. God have seen our hard work, and this kudos to all Biafrans who have been donating for our liberation. Anya de mi fojo. Onwere ife anyị na-eme dị against the law. We have all followed the right procedure to achieve our freedom. They call people names. They called Ojukwu name during his time. They called Wazirike names. They called Onyendu names. They called him criminal. Everything corrupt. That he's stealing money. That he did this, he did that. They called our PM names. Said that Tinubu paid him how many millions. They called even our current leader, our APM. They called him names. You heard it, Ngozi, and everyone. The CRC, they will tell you, we have sacked him, we did this. But what goes on? We keep moving. We will continue to move. Adadiorama insulted me, called me names. Adadiorama, you people saw it. It was even one of our sisters in America that sent me the video and called me and said to me, watch that video that I sent you. And as I was watching it, I was hearing what Adadio Rama was saying about me. I laughed because he command on, it doesn't pierce the skin, but it pierces the mind. But we have to move on. We really and truly have to move on. So let me show you people another video where you will confirm, and anybody watching online will confirm that, killing Christians is not a joke. It's real. Let us listen to this, our brother.
Good evening, Biafrans and lovers of freedom all over the world. I am still your brother and your friend, Truth is Power. Reporting from Biafra land, I want to thank Major General Chibikem O.E. Nathaniel 001 of Kigo State of Biafra, who has given me the opportunity to update Biafrans over the ongoing state-sponsored genocide against Christians in Biafra land. This information will be an eye-opener for the leaders of conscience and Biafrans, both home and in diaspora, to understand the current situation ongoing. Before I proceed, I want to recognize and send my greetings to His Excellency Donald Trump, the President of the United States of America. America is great. Sir, I am here to inform you, according to the privilege that is given to me by the Biafran military chief and Biafran defense staff in the person of General Igwe Butozo, the Triple G, and Major General Chibike O.E. Nathaniel. One of the points I want to point out to you, Mr. President, is that Biafran Defense Force, Biafran Liberation Army, are calling the great United States of America, the President, Donald Trump, for him to be aware of the ongoing state-sponsored genocide war against Biafran people, Southeast Nigeria. They were Christian community. That is, the Southeasterners are Christian community, Mr. President. Number two, Biafran Defense Forces are calling on United States of America President for a clear understanding of insecurity and genocide in Southeast. Remember, for your information, the Southeasterners are predominantly Christian states. That is the major reason why there is massacring of innocent Biafran within that region. Biafran Defense Forces under the command of General Igwe Butozo, led by Major General Chibike O.E. Nathaniel, are beckoning on the attention of United States of America President Donald Trump to bear it in mind that every genocide against Christians in Nigeria is also a genocide against Biafran people. Because Biafrans are being murdered on a daily basis. Houses were burned down. As we speak now, the Southeast governors, senators, political leaders, political appointees are currently coining the ISWAP, ISIS, Boko Haram into their security system and military in order to kill and maim the innocent masses, the innocent Christians. As I'm talking to you now, His Excellency, Nigerian military and Nigerian Joint Task Force are currently killing Christians, youth at Arondi Zogo, Obinetiti, Okigwe, under the watch of Hope Uzodinma of Imo State, and other Christian communities such as Akwa Okigwe, Ihuba Okigwe, Omulolo Okigwe, Abobo Okigwe, Ara Okigwe, and Ihite, Orumba South within Anambra environment. The other day, a reverend priest at Ndoji in Okigwe was brutally murdered by the Nigerian terrorist army just for professing to be a Christian. A young man also was killed the other day at Ihite for doing nothing, all because he is a Christian. Sir, I want you to use your good office to investigate this information and pass it across to you. More so, the governor of Imo State is a Muslim. That is why the massacre was much in Owerri, Olo, and Okigwe precisely. They are puppets to the caliphate. Who are the puppets to the caliphate? The governors, the senators, the House of Rep member, the politicians and the political appointees within the Southeast region. They are carrying out the assignment of their masters, massacring of Christians everywhere. Finally, this information is for the people of Okigwe. Biafran Liberation Army, Okigwe Command, under the office of Major General Chibike O.E. Nathaniel. He is calling on all sons and daughters of Okigwe State, starting from Okigwe, Onimo, Isiweke, Ituboma, Ihimembano, and Isiala Mbano. This information is for those who ran away from their ancestral home because of the state-sponsored genocide war against Okigwe people by the Nigerian terrorists, military. You all should start coming home for Christmas because the presence of United States of America military in Nigeria has defeated the Fulani, Boko Haram, ISIS, ISWAP in Nigeria military uniform, who are busy killing, murdering, kidnapping innocent citizens, going about their daily routine to make ends meet. Nevertheless, joy is coming. Joy, I say, is coming to you all, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom. I want you all to embrace the United States of America Army. Give them the necessary support and logistics needed in making sure peace reigns in Biafra land. Welcome them. They are our brethren who came from a distant shore. Biafra Defense Forces will as well give them the necessary support they needed to be successful in their quest.
Thank you, my brother. Well done, well presented. My people, you know, this sort of video is good to show the world. You know, when they are talking about Southeast, 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 that there is insecurity in Southeast, that Onyendu is the one causing insecurity, that Mazi Simon Ekpa is the ones causing insecurity in Southeast. But when foreigners come, they will take them to the north and they will ignore Southeast. Now, everything they are showing, most of the things they are showing about this massacre of Christians is all about that side. So what he did, I welcomed it because it is a welcome speech that he made. Welcome presentation. We are the Christians, or majority of us, those who are idol worshippers or who worship Judaism, we don't have the number, but Christians are more. In Southeast, we are Christians, predominantly Christians, and he made mention of it. So anybody will be saying, those Biafrans who have been going to America Congress to talk about killing of Christians, where are they? He has said it all. And my people, he made mention of people coming home for Christmas. I will say, if you are going home from wherever you are, either you are in the north or you are in the southwest, going home, be careful. Tread carefully. Make sure that you are traveling during the day, so that if anything happens, you will know how to defend and protect yourself. Because these Fulani terrorists, Gumi said that there are over 9 million in the whole bushes all over Nigeria. Unfortunately, Biafrans are still in Nigeria, under Nigeria. This is why we are fighting tooth and nail to get recognized. And how do we do that? How do we achieve that? Go to this website and donate. Donate your Ejema and Deje. We need funding. Biafrans, even Ukraine, that is already a nation, they go about begging for funding. Ndị be anyị nọ n'ụlọ, unu anụghị ife nwanne anyị nwoke a kwuru. Ọ bịalụ kwuo n'oke onu si Donald Trump, the president of America, that he should come to our aid, our help, that we are being massacred, our houses being burnt, and that is 100% correct. So na ife anyị na-agwa unu bụ na onye ọbụla ga-akpachala anya na Christmas na-abịa etu a, ọ mgbe fa ji achọ ndị fa na-egbu. Onye na-travel during the day. Mana isiokwu n'ife niile anyị na-eme bụ our donation. unu nwa bụ businessmen and women, ndị na-atụ 100 and how many containers, unu na-atụ ya in dollar. So you can also donate na this website with your dollar. ị chọkwani idonate n'ego ndị unu nọ na befa kịta, ịkpọ m n'ekwentị a dị ebe a, ngwa gị onye ị ga-akọntakt nya. Ọ bụrụ na ị ka bidoro donate be, maka na Biafra abịaghị abịa o. Kịta a na-ekwuzi okwu Biafra on a very high scale na Europe. Europe dị 44 nations, unu na-afịa. So iwu bụ na ebe nwoke a na-ekwu okwu, at least 5 nations from there alone we recognize Biafra. Ka ekwana ife dị unu ka ọ na Biafra ama abịa. Ọ etu a Naijiria na-agbagharị ka ọkụkụ na-achọ ebe ọ ga-eyi akwa kịta, o nwere onye gasị na ya marụ na Biafra abịago? Chukwu ji nwayọọ wee na-disintegrate Nigeria using different voices, different people, men of different high and low caliber, wee na-akụ Nigeria gwogwo. So o nwere onye gasị na ya mara ife na-aga kịta. My people, anyị ga-eme ngwa ngwa o ka anyị mee ya ọdachi. Anyị ga-eme ngwa ngwa, my people, ka anyị mee ya ọdachi. Yes, Biafrans. O nwee one more thing m ga-egosi unu before anyị eje ya here. Ife a bụ, let me see if I can zoom it close. Yeah, ife a bụ our APM. O dele ebe a si Breji APM and question and answer. Way forward after Trump designated hashtag Nigeria country of particular concern. And ọ ga-abụ 7 p.m. Today bụ 12th of 11th 2025, Wednesday. Today, my people, onye ọbụla gbakọta, unu ga-abịa na space ka unu wee gee our APM. Onye nwere ajụjụ ọjụọ ya, ọza onye anwa. So Biafrans, this is the way forward. Agwa m unu that na ọ bụrụ na ije gwa onye ọkaikpe si ya na ife ị na-asọfa na ife ị na-aya, iwu bụ na onye ọkaikpe ọ ga-esia gị ntị, eje kọt, ejesie kọt, achịkọta okwu ọnụ, judge eke ikpe. All that level ka anyị nọzi kịta. So let us listen to this very man that I showed you, Mr. Gunter, his space program yesterday.
Yes, just okay. You hear me? Perfect, yeah. My name is Günther Fellinger-Jahn, and I'm absolutely in favor of freedom for Biafra. And I made this campaign now for ex-Nigeria. I'm not sure you're in favor of ex-Nigeria. Maybe you can give me a thumbs up. I see that. Very good. Perfect, yeah. And we will discuss tonight how we can achieve it, what we have to do, and how we can work together. And I present myself. First of all, my name is Günther Fellinger-Jahn. I'm an Austrian economist. I'm supporting freedom in the world. I'm against tyranny, and I'm against the prosecution of Christians. And no matter of religious or ethnicity, I'm against the suppression of anybody. We all should live in freedom. We should live in a free world, and there should be decency in countries.
Yes, my people, one of my brothers here, Ndewo Chinaza Daluso. my brother, ị dị very wise. Biafra abịagokwa, onye ọbụla tosiri ịtụ ụtụ ya ka you know ka ọ bụrụ na dis Biafra na-abịa, ọ bịara na receipt ga-abụ ife ga-azọ ndị ụfọdụ. Receipt ka ndị ụfọdụ ga-eji wee gosi yes na ị sọpọtụ Biafra ịbịa, because ife niile na-aga bụ ego. Every country bụ ego kafa na-achọ, you know. So ife ị ga-eme, aga m display my number again, ka m kpọlụ gị ya, ka m kpọpụtalụ gị ya. Name my number here, or my WhatsApp number, +4477 0670 5575. Confirm ni na-afụ the number ka ị kọpịrị ya, kpọọ m after this program, because anyị nwere ike discuss ya kịta, so that can play this program ka ọ kpọba, ka ndị mmadụ gee ife this man kwu. Thank you. Ndewo.
Just, we in Europe, we have this big problem with the Russian war against Ukraine, and this is, of course, the most important issue for us. And then I have already proposed, some of you might have seen, the ex-Russia. That means basically the victory of Ukraine and driving the Russians out of Ukraine, because they have nothing to do there. Ukraine is an independent country, and they have nothing to do there, and so they have to leave. But they are, of course, there with 1 million of army, and we have to drive them out. And then, of course, we understand that Russia is supported by certain countries, like, for example, India, China, but as well Nigeria and others in the world. And so I looked closer, what is exactly the situation in BRICS and in the Shanghai Cooperation. And so I found the situation of Nigeria very disturbing. And the more I discussed this, I found out more evidence of this genocide against Christians and in Nigeria. And obviously, I've learned also the history of Biafra. And so the logic came to me to call for Biafra independence and also for ex-Nigeria. This will happen after the fall of Russia, because they're all in one alliance, and definitely that's the plan. And that's what I'm hoping for, that the situation will be that Biafra will receive a lot of international attention also from my effort now. And of course, President Trump's week was, of course, decisive. And in America, you have a lot of support. But what I'm doing is obviously trying to mobilize also European support for Biafra. As I said already in my tweet, I apologize for our neglect 50 years ago. And also in the case of the French and the British, there was complicity with the genocide on behalf of the Europeans that we must apologize for. And active remedy is also necessary. And that can only be now in the situation where 50 years later, the Nigerian Christians, the Biafrans, are again the victim of atrocities and genocide. We must stand with you. We must be at your side. We must support you. And we must also take it very seriously that you want to have an independent state, because the experience in Europe has shown that independent states works much better for religious minorities, because it's an illusion to think that suddenly in Nigeria there will be harmony, everybody will live together peacefully, and there will be a great federal state where everything will be fine. I don't think that will be possible. I think it is much more realistic scenario of ex-Yugoslavia. And I always say, please, Nigeria is the ex-Yugoslavia of West Africa. It's a bunker of nations. And much better situation is when there is a breakup of that state and the independence of the various entities. So it's not only about Biafra independence, but also about the independence of several other countries emerging out of Nigeria. I still, and I recommend that, to have a process of the various regions and ethnicities to agree on an assisted breakup of Nigeria, because I'm sure north, south, west, there will be other nations, and it's much better to simultaneously break away together, because otherwise, when Biafra is only breaking away alone, there will be the might of the Nigerian state then against Biafra as it was 50 years ago. And we have to avoid such a situation. It's much better, like we had it in Yugoslavia, where Slovenia broke away, Bosnia broke away, Croatia broke away, Macedonia, and ultimately as well Montenegro and Kosovo. And these are the role models. Additionally, I have also an economic plan to offer how to rebuild and to revitalize the Biafran economy after independence, and what to do, how to be successful, how to be part of the free world, because we have seen many, many countries break away in Eastern Europe in the last, emerge in Eastern Europe in the last 30 years. And I had the honor and pleasure and also responsibility to assist in Kosovo, Montenegro, in Albania. And this is all now much better countries than they ever were, as long as they were in this prison of nation that was ex-Yugoslavia. So it will be the same for Nigeria, I'm confident. And that is what we can discuss in the coming hour. And I'm happy to take questions and answer the requests. And I have my co-host Nicole, who maybe would like to moderate the discussion tonight. And we can then also go into all the details, economics, geopolitics, Russia, Ukraine, Nigeria, the prosecution of Christians. And I also, because we have also European guests and from other parts of the world, and also for me personally, I would like to learn about the situation in Nigeria, in Biafra, the concrete disaster and atrocities you are suffering. And I'm very much looking forward for all your questions and answers. And we have already a lot of people watching, and we have some requests for speaking. And maybe, Nicole, you want to introduce yourself and start the moderation.
Yeah, good evening. My name is Nicole, and I will moderate it today. The first one who asked to talk is Olu T. Olu, you can ask a question.
Yeah, hello, good evening, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, please, welcome.
Good evening, yeah. It's my pleasure to be on this show. It's something I've always looked forward to. I'm not, I'm not Igbo. I'm not from the Igbo side. I'm Yoruba, and I've always wanted Nigeria to be to break up because it was not supposed to be a country in the first place. You know, Britain forced us together for their own.
Yes, Biafrans, I am happy that this program started the way it did. Egosigo m unu onye na-ekwu okwu a before. um, Egosigo m unu onye Jan bụ. That's Gunter Fellingham Jan, the NATO chairman na Europe. Egosigo m unu ya. Ọnyanwa stage this space program yesterday. Unu ma na space, one unique thing dị about space bụ na ọ ga-accommodate a lot of people from different background, people from different opinion, geographical, political and religious views from all over the world. It is a worldwide thing. You can join and ask your question. But in the program holding in on the space, they don't give you opportunity of seeing videos or showing videos to explain what you are doing. So on this Breji platform, this particular one I'm holding, you will have the opportunity and the benefit of explaining something to someone with video evidence, and the person will be listening to what you are saying. For instance, now, let me show you something here.
speaking about ex-Nigeria and about freedom for Biafra and
Una
about the
fuge.
end to the prosecution.
On the platform, you will see the person talking to you, but na X, you only make reference, and most people that you are making reference to when you are on the space to something that happened may doubt you. But when you come to platform here, you will have the benefit of using video to make explanation so that the person will understand you quickly. Ndị be anyị nọ n'ụlọ, nwoke anụnwa unu fụrụ onyinyo ebe a, ọnyanwa bụ onye na-ekwu okwu kịta na X space, and the nwoke a is going all the way. Ọ sị na his mission bụ ka ya support Biafra, ka Biafra bịa rapụ ex Nigeria. Ọnya introduce that name ex Nigeria, ya ife gara aga. So nwoke a na-ekwu okwu kịta na space, ọnya bụ onye a. So mgbe na-akọwala unu na space bụ somewhere ndị mmadụ ga-agbakọta na-ege ntị, mana ime afụ video there to give evidence of ife ị na-ekwu. Mana ọ bụ na ịbịa na platform, a ga-eweta one video, wetakwa another one, wee na-akọwa ife onye anwa na-ekwu, ka ị wee believe na ife the person na-ekwu bụ eziokwu. Mana ịnọdụ na space, ị ga-enwe so many people ga-anọdụ, mana ime enwe the benefit of showing, igosi video. So ọnya ka o ji wee dị iche. So kịta nya onye a na-ekwu okwu kịta, mana unu ada afụzi anya. Hello Max, ndewo, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you very much. Ndị be anyị, ọkwa donation ka anyị na-ekwu okwu ya. Onye ọbụla na-edonate. O nwere ife unu chọrọ ịnụ nke dị available to me that you will not hear. O nwere ife unu chọkwara na ifu like video na-egosigharị unu nke unu ama afụ, because na ife anyị nọ n'ime bụ anyị na-agba ọsọ onye agha na nwanne. We are one. Otego Nigeria controlled Fulani government ji wee na-etisasi anyị. Recently, o nwee video mgbochi egosikwara m ya here sometimes last week or 2 weeks ago, where Ned Nwoko went to see Evangelist Ebuka Obi wee na-akọwali ya na ndị Fulani bịa na-agwafa bụ ndị Delta Igbo, fa ekwekwana na fa bụ ndị Igbo. And all the same thing ka fa mee n'Igwe Ọcha kpatala Asari Dokugbo ji wee kwelu solufa bụrụ Muslim, solufa wee bunata onye ndu, solufa wee jide PM, Asari wee na-esofa. Ọnya mere fa ji wee kọmandia convert ya Hope Uzodimma ọ bụrụzia Muslim. Hope wee na-alụzi mpụ, na-emezi ndị be anyị mpụ. Hope emego ife ada ekwu n'ọnụ. Ụmụ Biafra nwụgo n'aka Hopeless Uzodimma ada ekwu. The same thing with David Umahi. Oge David Umahi bụ gọvanọ, ndị o gburu egbu bụ ada ekwu. The same thing ugwu anyị, all of them. Willie Obiano, Peter Obi gburu egbu. O gburu egbu during his time. Ndị be anyị na-elote n'ife. Ọ bụrụ onye je lụsịa nịpụta, una na-esie n'ike because unu enwero ndị onye enyemaka. Bịanụ to Biafra Republic government in exile. We are here to welcome you people. Unu esozi na ndị na-egbu unu. Biafra abịaga abịa. Ịmana ife a Trump na-eme na nwayọọ kịta ọkpọ okwu afa. And America leadira na ndị ọzọ we follow. All because na Trump kwuru okwu kpata nwoke a ji wee pụta. Maka na nwoke a unu afụghị ọ bụrụ ọzọ nwata. Ọ nọ kemgbe o kwuru anything, but ọ nụrụ anụ okwu America ọsọ fesie. Because ọ mago na ife ọ na-ekwu na America ga-echete his back. Ọ ga-echi azụ. Onye ọbụla na-eme ife n'ụwa anyasị, Chukwu nyekwu ya wisdom. Even God, oh God, you Solomon, si ya kere ife m ga-emelu gị na mụ na your father nwee very good relationship. Solomon enwere ife ọzọ ọjọọ. Ọ sịrị ya mee m ka m bụrụ ọgaranya ka nna m. Solomon si ya na ya chọrọ wisdom and knowledge. Yọọ Chukwu ka onye gị wisdom and knowledge. Onye ọbụla nwee wisdom nwee knowledge bụ kịta ka ọ ga-eme invest na Biafra, because na anyị nwelu nke a na-akpọ IOU loan. Inye Biafra ife dịka say $10,000 as loan kịta ka anyị wee na-eme ife anyị na-eme. Whenever our nation comes together, everything starts working. What you will get will double that money. You will get 20,000. So kita bụ the right time to invest in this Biafra maka na ọbịago. Onye a bụ Europe, Trump, America. So gịnị mere anybody ga-eji wee doubt ma Biafra ọ na-abịakwa? Of course Biafra abịago. And our APM is not resting. Nwoke a ada alarụla. Ọ Biafra bụ ụtụtụ ya, Biafra bụ efifie, Biafra bụ abalị, Biafra bụ everything for him. He is so dedicated, very determined, and he na-follow mmadụ. Now watch footstep onye anwa. Ịmalụ whether me ga dị serious or not. That man is very serious. And ife niile ọ na-eme aghọrọgo ọkụ. Designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern, osinenu wee data. Oh, this man and Chukwu, because anyị ga na-etokwe our APM mana anya melozo Chukwu. Chukwu na direct his movement. Nwoke a unafuge immediately Trump pụta nwoke a pụta. So Biafrans, we have every cause to glorify the name of God in this our struggle. Anya taga afụfụ. Sọfalụ Nigeria. Egbugo ụmụ anyị, gbuo anyị egbu. Ma ndị a na-egbu na Tiger Base, Hopeless Uzodimma. Ma ndị a na-egbu na-atụnye n'Ezu River, Peter Obi. Ma ndị eji aka odo wee na-akụjisi ụkwụ na aka, Charles Soludo. Chukwu afugo all that sacrifice. Ma ndị a na-agba business fọkụ, ụfọdụ collapse maka no their life saving. Fanwụọ. All these sacrifices, Chukwu afugo everything. Onye echekwara na Biafra ma abịa maka na ọ bịago. Mana ọ fọdụ nwantịntị. We need our donation. So ndị be anyị, nwoke a ngosili unu onyinye kịta. Onya na-ekwu okwu kịta na space. Let us continue to listen to him.
Purpose, and it's not the togetherness, the living.
Yes, another thing m lozoro ịgwa unu. Onye bidoro iju ajụjụ, o kwuru okwu kwụsị okwu wee kọwalụfa na Nigeria bụzi Yugoslavia of Europe. Ya ndị na-akpagbu ndị ọzọ. O wee sị, onye chọrọ iju ajụjụ, ya jụọ onye ajụjụ. Onye izizi bụ ụzọ wee kwuo okwu bụ onye Yoruba. The guy si na ya bụrụ onye Biafra, na ya bụrụ onye Igbo, na ya bụ onye Yoruba. So ka anyị gee ime ife the boy bụ ụzọ wee kwuo, ọ sị na onwere ife dịka Nigeria. Unu makwa na ọbaba wo si na Nigeria bụ a geographical expression that na onwere ife dịka Nigeria. Hello Monday, thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. So my people, when you are doing something, try ya na-ene onye ị na-eso anya, your leader. Na-ene Maazị Nnamdi Kanu anya. Ọ nọ ebe ọ nọ today, ọ bụrụkwa na o nwere option of coming out. O nwere alternative because fa na-ekwu ya nkwa. So many promises go wee rapụ Biafra, but ọ jụrụ ajụ. Now, PM nwere option isi na ya da emezi Biafra na aka ya adịrọzịa, but okwuro ọ nọkwa ebe anwa. Now, our APM ọ na-eje oje n'ụtụtụ, oje n'efifie, ọnya moto, ọ bụrụ nyanwa na-eje ife niile a, ya na Elias. So, when you are doing something with somebody, always look at your leader, what he does or what she does. and copy him, so that ka ife unu na-eje wee na-aga nwayọọ nwayọọ. We are getting there, my people, because nwoke a na-ekwu okwu a, ọ nọ na a very good position, and ọ bụ onye Europe. Then America bụ America. When America speaks, others follows. Immediately Trump pụta, nwoke a wee surface. So onye izizi bịara ịjụ ajụjụ here. Ndewo, thank you, Nnenna, daalụ sọ, my lovely sister. Immediately Trump pụta, nwoke a pụta bụ Jan, just to remind, to show those who are just coming in now, na the man una fugie onya nọ na space na ya, for those who just joined, to know who is talking. Nwoke a bụ onye isi ndị NATO na Europe, and ọ sị na ya na advocate ka Biafra dị recognized by Europeans. Or say that they disappointed us na 1967, but this time that they will not disappoint. So Europe, the 44 nations, o nwere ife bụ na at least 5 or 6, and if I need the baby 5 nations, according to the Montevideo Convention criteria and UN criteria, for them to give us our code as a nation. So ọ dị unu ka ọ na nwoke a memie, ọ dị determined, ọ sị na ya ga-advocate ka Europe recognize ya Biafra plus America. So my people, anyị nọ n'egwu. So immediately ọ pụtara na this space now, onye bụ ụzọ bịa ebe anwa bụ onye Yoruba. Ọ sị na ya bụrụ Biafra, na ya bụrụ onye Igbo, na ya bụ onye Yoruba, that na nwere ife dịka Nigeria, na ya support ka e dissolve Nigeria. So let us go there.
And answers, and we have already a lot of people watching, and we have some requests for speaking. And maybe Nicole, you want to introduce yourself and start the moderation.
Yeah, good evening. My name is Nicole, and I will moderate it today. The first one who asked to talk is Olu T.
Olu, onye ofe mmanụ, gekwanụ ntị.
Olu, you can ask a question.
Yeah, hello, good evening, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, please, welcome.
Good evening, yeah. It's my pleasure to be on this show. It's something I've always looked forward to. I'm not Igbo. I'm not from the Igbo side. I'm Yoruba, and I've always wanted Nigeria to be to break up, because it was not supposed to be a country in the first place. You know, Britain forced us together for their own purpose. You know, and it's not the togetherness. It has caused us more pain than joy. There's so much bloodshed. We don't understand each other. There's too much. The ethnicity is too much. It's causing chaos. So we should. I've been looking forward to the day Nigeria will break up into bits, and we will be able to live how we were before Britain came to force us together. So the thing is, how do we go about this now? I'm or to Biafra breaking away. If Biafra breaks away, that will give us the way out as well as Yoruba. I want Yoruba land to be out of Nigeria, completely out of Nigeria. We're not supposed to be in Nigeria in the first place. I'm not Nigerian, I'm Yoruba. And we were forced. I mean, our identity has been taken away. They call us Nigerian. I'm not Nigerian, I'm Yoruba. I was never Nigerian. They forced the name on us. We don't know who we are anymore. So I'm looking forward to the day Nigeria will break up. So how do we go this? I'm really happy that this kind of show came on. I never thought in years that this kind of opportunity will come up where we'll be able to discuss how we should break up Nigeria, because living together has caused us more pain than anything else.
I understand. You are also the victim of the British imperialism.
So Biafrans, ọkwa unu afụgo na nwa onye ofe mmanụ a Before I go ahead, let me acknowledge my brother Ikukuchukwu Ndewo. Ndewo, Ndewo. I appreciate all of you for always coming out to join me, because ndị be anyị ọ bụrụ na m pụta ebe a na o nwere onye bịanụ, ife niile m na-ekwu ebe a bụrụ na onwe m ka m na-agwa. Daalụnụ. I appreciate you all. Ife melu kịta nwoke a ngosiri unu picture ya, o stage space hearing yesterday or broadcast. So he invited so many people. Dalo. He invited so many people, and people from all walks of life joined him. And this guy Buzo joined Nanya Olu. Olu wee sị na ya bụrụ onye Biafra, na ya bụ onye Yoruba, and ya dị happy that na this type of program dey on. Hello Victor, ndewo, ndewo, thank you for joining. O wee sị na ya bụ onye thank you Victor. O sị na ya bụ onye Yoruba, na the amalgamation of Nigeria by the British na cause more harm than joy. Na ya dị very happy ka e dissolve all Nigeria, ka ndị ọbụla jebele onwefa. Ife a bụ ife onye ndu Maazị Nnamdi Kanu kwu. Nigeria government wee sị onye mụrụ ya, onye nyeli ọnụ oji wee kwuo. Why did he say it? Why did he ever envisage it? Etu akafasi wee yuzuo Obasanjo during his regime, wee yuzuo nke a na-akpọ ụba, wee napụ ụwazurike. That was when Onyendu started. Now fajidekwa Onyendu wee welu an obsolete law a cancel gola cancel, maka na Fulani oge ọbụla fa na-echekwa back fa cancel that terrorism act na 2013 because of the terrorist Fulanis. Now the same very law gagola aga ka eji ewete wee chọọ ịtụ Onyendu life imprisonment or execution, maka no ife that act kwu. Ifugie faje wete that law so that kafa wee pronounce or life imprisonment or death sentence on Onyendu. What sort of country is that? Ndewo Chichi, thank you so much for joining us. My people, this man Obujan on a good position na Europe. Gunter Fellinger Jan, an Austrian, Obu an Austrian, not Australia, Austria, and Obu chairman ndị NATO na Europe. Una fuge. So na ife a bụ aka ọlụ Chukwu. This Olu Julia Juju izizi si ya na ya dị happy na ọ na-eme this program, na ya chọọ ka e dissolve Nigeria, ka Yoruba nọdụla onwefa. Otego na anyị bụ Biafra since 1967. Otego anyị ji agbakiri ani. Mana ọ bụ na enwelu people dị like this, even this very man o kwukwala ya sị na fa dị sorry to have failed us na 1967. Ọ ga-anwafe aka aghọtara ya. But my people, ọ bụ na anyị na-asị unu donate, unu na-efil or donate for what? Ọ bụrụ na ọ bụrụ na Trump pụta, nwoke a mesi Austria wee pụta representing the whole Europe. Unu man America lead ye, every other person follows. All donation ahụ unu na-eme ka our lobbyist ji wee nwee ike kpọrọ APM wee na-eje na Congress. Ka unu mara ife donation a na-alụlụ unu, maka na unu enwere ike ịghọta ya. And ndị ụfọdụ ada aghọta what lobbyist or lobbying, what it means. Ife lobbyist mean bụ na unu na-azọ Biafra, unu chọọ ka recognize unu, ka unu bụla a nation. Ọkwa unu na-aghọta. Every day I will be explaining it. For you to be a nation, you must be recognized by 5 nations. 5, not 1, not 2, 5, before UN will give you a code as a nation. So that can Nigeria malu na anyị bụ a different nation from them, our territorial boundaries, they will stay away from it. Ọ bụrụ na fa pụrụ, UN will come. Because ụfọdụ na-ajụ, why is it that UN is not coming? UN cannot come because they still see us as Nigeria, and they don't go to a country that there is no complaint. That's why Breji is complaining. That's why our APM went to Congress and do congressional testimony in August. And that was the same reason why Biafrans went with APM in September 18th to do our briefing. Briefing is what I have told you people. Agwagomunu na briefing, but that instruction in a day your lawyer. So this congressmen bụ our own lawyer. Anyị na-enye briefing. Anyị enyego fa testimonial. Akọwago m before, mana m ga na-akọwa everyday. Na ije na nke onye ọkaikpe gị, ị bịa, ị ga-enye testimony, which is, they call it in law, witness statement. Without your witness statement, your lawyer ga-agụ ife niile ide, mali ife na-enwe gị, mali ife melunu in between, malu your conclusion being what you want that lawyer to do for you. Inyesia ya that testimonial or witness statement, ena oweli ife niile ide je check ye law, malu ebe dala iwu na ebe onye gịnị ya nwere okwu dala iwu, and the type of law ga-eme ka you win your case. Or if our APM in August. Nkome na September with our people, na congressional building, bo this briefing bo nke kpatalo Nigeria ji wee bụrụ kịta a designated country of a particular concern. Maka na onye ọbụla na-agbatosi ọnụ ọkwa Breji. It is our achievement, great one. Google parallel facts, Fabu news, online newspapers. E go ifefa dey there. Fast no Breji. Their lobbyist, Jim Moran, global strategist. No ọfa bụ ọkwaturu nwoke n'iru agha. Ọkwaturu dibia n'iru alụsị. Anyị nwa, all donation una. That's the product. And though makana Trump pụta, bata nwoke aji wee pụta. So my people, you are really doing very well. Do not think that Biafra is not coming. Makana obiaga abia. So today this Yoruba boy abia na ajụ nwoke a ajụjụ. Ka anyị na-egekwa ntị ife dị guy na-ekwu.
Because they forced all the tribes of Nigeria together, and they formed this country, Nigeria. And it is basically a legacy of the British imperialism, and we have to overcome that. And it's a very simple map of the new countries, similar like we have done it in Russia, ex-Russia, and then to agree on an assisted project to really show everybody that you don't want to live together anymore and that you have the right for self-determination. This is very clear. And then to assist the breakup of your country.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. The next one.
Thank you. The next one is Information Media Communicat.
Our information minister. Let us listen to his question.
important. And I call for the release of Masi and all the freedom heroes of Biafra to be released from Nigeria. And I also strongly reject that the European Union countries repatriate forcefully freedom fighters from Europe to Nigeria. They will face prosecution there. And so it's absolutely unacceptable to send them to the Nigerian authorities. They must stay in Europe where they hopefully are safe and secure. And that's a very important aspect of this campaign. And we all have to work together to achieve that. Thanks a lot from your side. Is there other questions?
The next one is Moiten Okke.
I don't know. Our information minister,
You're welcome. New question?
I didn't hear his question.
Moitan.
Moitan is still silent, muted. If you want to say something, you're welcome. But you have to unmute yourself. Important. And I call for the release of Masi and all the freedom. And I also strongly reject that the European Union countries repatriate forcefully freedom fighters from Europe to Nigeria. They will face prosecution there. And so it's absolutely unacceptable to send them to the Nigerian authorities. They must stay in Europe where they hopefully are safe and secure. And that's a very important aspect of this campaign. And we all have to work together to achieve that. Thanks a lot from your side. Is there other questions?
The next one is Moiten Okke.
You're welcome. New question?
So I'm trying to see. Let's listen to this one.
Accepting that referendum is over 50 million. But I am suggesting now.
This one is one of our media groups, media member, a veteran. That's how we refer to him.
Is over 50 million. But I am suggesting now, if Nigerian state is not accepting that referendum, I will suggest that international community will compel them, compel Nigeria. Let's have a referendum so that we can separate peacefully. But if this is impossible, the Biafran independence has become irrevocable and we will fight, but we don't want to fight. So my appeal to international community is to compel Nigeria to organize a peaceful referendum so that there can be a peaceful separation. But if they do not, we have made up our decision, our mind is made up, and it's irrevocable.
Yes, my people, what our brother is saying is correct. Anything that anybody says here that is not correct, especially to me, as my personal opinion, I will always say it. But this one is very, very correct. With due respect to what our brother is saying, let me refer us back to 1919 amalgamation. That amalgamation was done by the British, who came to Nigeria saw the Fulanis, and Fulanis fought them. So they reached an agreement, because before 1914, Lord, what's his name? Usman Danfodio came in 1803, and they have been there already. Massacred Hausa people, all their emirs, they killed all of them and established their caliphate. Sokoto Caliphate is grandchild of Osman Danfodio, all of them. So when the British came to Nigeria, they met the Fulanis and they agreed the agreement. That was when the Lord Lugard amalgamated all the protectorate uh, nations, the Igbos, the Yorubas, the Hausas, and the Igbos, I mean, the 30 United States of Biafra. So they amalgamated us in 1914. And that very paper, I saw it with my prime minister when he was still doing the type of thing I'm doing now. They were all very old documents. You know, he brought it and was showing us. I don't know if anyone here saw it that very day. That amalgamation, the clause bụ okwu eji emeju okwu. The clause there bụ na ọ dịkwa 100 years eji wee jikọta ndị Biafra na ndị Oduduwa na ndị Hausa. After 100 years, they decide ya ma fa chọrọ carry on. That is ọ bụ na ọ work, they want to carry on, that they will all agree. Ọ bụrụkwa na fa chọrọ, ndị chọrọ ịpụ will indicate. So that amalgamation clause came to an end in 2014. And that 2014 was when Tinubu was governor in Lagos and actually wrote a letter to America. One thing leading to the other. So it's just like to remind you people that what veteran is saying here is that we should go on that round table. That was what Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started with. That he wants a referendum, which was what that clause of the 1914 amalgamation said. But Nigeria government, controlled by Fulani, visitors, these are foreign people. But because of that, their alliance with Britain, they believe that Britain is their big brother. Therefore, they will never agree what any other person says. And Biafra coming is a no-go area. No going back. No compromise. No agreement. We are not going back. The only thing that we can accept, because Onyendu said it, is that we can give them oil. Because Onyendu said that when Biafra comes, he will give all these African countries, that we will give them oil. That's the only thing we can talk about. But as for now, we have crossed the Rubicon. No going back. That amalgamation of 1914 only produced pain, produced anger, produced hatred. It never yielded anything good. People lost their loved ones, including my very self. I loved my immediate elder brother, 1968, when he was conscripted. So, my people, we are not going back. Onye chokwali nachi, go back on your own and at your own peril. This is Nigeria today. Look at the 4 cardinal points of Nigeria. Which one is good? Everyday killing. Why are you killing people? Why is Nigeria importing terrorists to come and kill innocent and healthy human beings? Now that His Excellency Donald Trump, God bless you, Donald Trump, wherever you are. God bless America. Now that he said, let us come, because Tinubu wrote to them during the time of Obama that Christians are being massacred, that America should come and help them. Trump now said, I am coming to help you to get the terrorists, and Nigeria is shaking like jelly, making noise all over. This is to tell you that these people are not ready to back down. And that is why we keep telling you, donate for your liberation. Fund your liberation. Because Fulanis are not ready to back down. They really want to take the whole Nigeria, control and mess it up. So after that amalgamation in 1960, they were given recognition as a country and they became whatever zoo Nigeria they are answering. From that time till today, what have they achieved? Nothing. With the oil and gas at their own disposal. And God showed them that he also has gold in Zamfara. In 2010, what has Nigeria generated? Instead of producing and developing as a country, creating jobs for people, what they are creating is misery. Killing Christians, burning Christian houses, burning Christian businesses. How can you live with this sort of people? So, Biafrans, we don't have any other way out than donating to liberate ourselves. Simple. Because our freedom is non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. Even if I die among these freedom fighters, I don't mind. But I know that our generation will not accept anything Nigeria again. We don't want it. So it's God that sent Mr. Gunter as European man, a spokesman, a top man, to come and start talking about Biafra being recognized, because they saw is a no-no to the killing of Christians. It's a no-no. So let's continue to listen to our brother veteran.
So that there can be a peaceful separation. But if they do not, we have made up our decision. Our mind is made up, and it's irrevocable. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You're doing a great job.
So you want freedom and independence for Biafra?
Oh, yes. I want it now.
Absolutely. Let's work on that one. For freedom of Biafra. Thanks a lot for your contribution. Next question, please.
It's over 50 million.
So let me go to another question on this issue.
Thank you so
Hello,
much,
Snow.
Yes, Gunther. Greetings from here, and everyone on the space. Minister of Information of the Biafra Republic. Greetings from here. Yes, real quick.
Biafrans, you all know who Snow is. Snow is our COS. COS is like secretary to the prime minister. And now our APM is standing in for our PM. Every power that a prime minister has now been diverted to him, because our APM has been detained. He is no longer here with us, but we are praying on daily basis that God Almighty will cause anything and everything that will make Nigeria release our leader and release our prime minister. So every power in the office of the prime minister now has gone to the APM. So this man going to talk now is his COS. So in America, they call secretary COS. In United Kingdom, where I live, they call them secretary to the prime minister.
I can rely.
Yes.
Hello,
Thank you so
hello,
much,
Snow.
Info. Yeah, yes, Gunther. Greetings from here, and everyone on the space. Minister of Information of the Biafra Republic. Greetings from here. Yes. Real quick before I go into my question, and I'm only saying this because Biafran relation and Ambazonia is not just that of. It's not just because we're sister nations. We have a lot in common as a people, and I believe that the Ambazonia people have declared their own independence and fighting for their freedom right now, as they're being killed, just the same way the Biafran people are being killed by Nigerian state. The Cameroon Defense Forces are also invading Ambazonia. So I believe there is need for a split in the Cameroon territory. You know, I understand what our sister is saying. Everybody has their opinion. But I believe that Ambazonia is fighting for their freedom just like Biafra is. Now, to my question, Gunter, you have knowledge, vast knowledge on geopolitics. And so I want to ask you this. Is there any country in the world that that in your knowledge recruits known terrorists into their defense architecture?
Yeah, Syria is a very bad example for that because they have recruited even a terrorist as a president, and so that's a really very bad example.
Okay,
But
and so
on a other case, and it's actually why Syria must be dismantled, and we also need to dismantle, of course, Nigeria because it's absolutely outrageous what the Nigerian government is doing with this terrorists they have recruited for the security forces, and then they are killing Christian people who are basically who are their citizens. And no state is allowed to kill their citizens in that situation. And so, absolutely, a state which does that, like Serbia was doing that to the Albanians, they were their citizens and they killed them. So, once a state does that, the state loses the legitimacy to govern this state and these people. So, you are absolutely justified in going for independence when that's happening.
so if a country recruits terrorists into their security architecture, that makes that country a terrorist nation, right?
I would not say that automatically, but it depends also what these people then doing in their state function. If as part of their new state duties they are committing atrocities and genocide, then it's going in the direction of a genocidal state, and then the legitimacy is lost. Absolutely.
Okay, so I asked this question because I wanted to point it out here, right on your space, that Nigeria has more recruited terrorists in all their security architectures. And to me, that makes Nigeria a terrorist state. So when people hear us describing Nigeria as a terrorist country and a terrorist state, these are the factors that makes us describe Nigeria as a terrorist state. My other question I wanted to ask you, you've already addressed it, and that is the importance of people understanding the value and the need for anybody who is fighting for independence, especially from a terrorist country like Nigeria, to have a government in exile. So I appreciate you for addressing that. And for those who are listening, for those who keep asking questions about Biafra Republic government in exile, maybe now you can take a leap from the conversations today and go and read on your own, research and understand what a government in exile is and why you must respect Biafra Republic government in exile. Thank you so much, Gunter. I'll give others the space to speak. Thank you so much.
Yes, my people, let
I
us
can rely.
let us talk a little bit about this government in exile thing. The little I know, I have to share with anybody who cares to listen or to understand. You know, they always call us online country, online this, online that. You know, Onyendu told his crowd during his time when he always comes up to talk. If you go to YouTube or anywhere to search for Onyendu's videos, they are more than 5,000. I'm telling you. Onyendu say that if you want to hide something for a black person, you should go and put it in a book, because we don't read as much as the Oyibo people read. So my people, don't mind the way I'm doing my program today. Days are not the same. So today my spirit told me, do it this way. Hello, Solomon Dewo. Thank you so much for joining us. You know, Onyendu said, when you want to hide something from a black man, put it in a book. Because our COS talked about government in exile. Some people don't understand it. They may be educated, though they may not be educated, but they don't understand what government in exile are or what it does. Let me see. From what I understand government in exile to be, government in exile will always come up when people of the same group in their homeland have terrorists like what they have in Nigeria. You know. So when you have this terrorist group, your people abroad who are fighting for their liberation, they will have government in exile, but you must register it to give it legal force, to make it illegal, so that you are not just doing something out of the blues. Because if not this, look at this here. Breji, Biafra Republic Government in Exile, which was registered in America justice system, registered by our APM. And I'm sure the time he registered it, he was still our finance minister. And PM was there, Mazi Simon Ekpa. So they said here, a government in exile is a political group that claims to be the legitimate government of a country, but is unable to exercise power and resides in a foreign land. These governments are usually formed after a country is occupied during wartime or after a civil war or coup, and they hope to return to their homeland and reclaim their authority. They operate in exile while being recognized as the legal government by other countries. So we are recognized as government in exile. Let me give you one example. Charles de Gaulle, during the time of Hitler, you know Hitler wanted to take the whole of Europe. During his time, Hitler is a German. Ndị be anyị, Hitler wee chọọ iwekọlụ the whole Europe. Maka na nsụbi ya n'oyibo, ndị ọcha they know already. O wee chọọ iwekọlụ the whole Europe bụ a Hitler. Charles de Gaulle wee gbaa ọsọ from France. France etere aka to UK. Wee gbata UK. Ka ọ gbatazi UK, ọnọdụ na UK wee na eme officiate. He was even chief of defense staff from UK as at the time. If I search it here, it will still tell me, but it will just be taking our time unnecessarily. O nwere onye ndị Britain etinyere ya na prison. Fasịrọ na ọ bụ terrorist. Mana anyị nwa bụ ndị ojii. Very conceited and complicit, demented and delusional human beings. Anya na-eche oge ọbụla ka ị ga-esi gbu mmadụ ka ị ga-esi gbu mmadụ forgetting nọ mmadụ bụ ibie fa wee jee jide our PM na Finland ebe ahụ ọ nọ. It could have been na obi na UK, it could have been na obi na any other country or US. Fetosiri jidie because he's a freedom fighter and on a fight under this registered government. So fapụta fasi unu no Maazị Nnamdi Kanu no Simon Ekpa ọfa na-terrorize Southeast. Ndị ọcha bịaba ime investigate fa echefiru na North oge anwafela ozozi anyị mgbe ndị ọcha na-afasi ha gwa ndị Nigeria no ndị Southeast are killing Southeast. Says who? Fanwa na-egbu anyị. They are the ones killing us. So government in exile is a legal entity once you register it. Or the legal. Ọ bụ na anyị nwere registered government enwere m ike ịdị na-eme ife a na-eme because mụnwa ma maka iwu ndị obodo. Ọ bụ na m nọ here na incite ma na m bụ terrorist. But with this Biafra Republic government in exile registered in America, we are covered. Anyapuro terrorists. Nigerians are calling us terrorists. That's Fulanis. It's good to be precise. Fulani na kwa terrorists to cover themselves. Gumisiunu akpozina fa terrorists. Kwabanu fa bandits. Ko webulu so ndi IPOB kana kwa terrorists. So understanding that Biafra Republic government in exile is a legal entity. We have power, we have rights under that registration to be a government in exile. Because even in our name, Obuna no back home, we name me, only Obuna Nima Yakamsigo. And that's why they have that government in exile. Onyaka our COS Nekumakia here. So Biafrans, onye ọbụla nwee ndidi, onye ọbụla jisike, onye na-edonate, no matter how little ị na-edonate, ọ bụrụgodu wo na-eje mma or wo na-eje, donate it because we need it. Unu afụgo na mkpụrụ anyị osisi anyị kụrụ na-amịta mkpụrụ. Ọ bụ na ọ bụrụ na APM na-eje njem ọ na-eje with Elias Garcelos of Jim Moran lobbying firm na-ejije in America. Even the newspapers are carrying it. No, on the IPOB, je kpọ ndị America, sifafa bịa n'ụsọfa agha. Una fugie. So your donation is producing a good result. Make your donations. Make your donations, my people. We need to be donating so that ka ife anyị na-eje ka o wee nwee isi. Anyị need to be recognized. Recognize anyị ụmụnne m na ụmụnna m. Anyị abụla a nation. Anyị kalili 70 million. Burundi be country in Africa. Burundi is only 12 point something million, which is like 13 million. Say so. Burundi adaro ka Anambra State alone. Or the whole of East, Southeast. Feluro like that. But Fab, a nation. Always some nations so dija like Finland, the 5.4 million. Or if Finland do the Manafab a nation. Or bunu ujo. Or bulonyi mosi or ujo. Can if na tu no ujo ibia donate? Kuno bule a nation chibo unu. Or if Hausa na-eme unu ịlụsị unu akụkpọ ịlụọ na Lagos ewee bulldozer oye aga na your shop agba ya ọkụ ime ekwu nwa okwu ị na-achọ ịgwa m kịta na ndị edimolishiri ụnọ fa na Lagos that they can go to court. Kedu onye iji ejekwu? But ọ bụ n'obodo oyibo onye destroy your property, you have right to go to court. Because destruction of property is under criminal law in the UK. And I know that many other countries, it will be like that. Destruction of life and property. All criminal offense. But mmadụ bịa destroy ya be gị, gị na ụmụ gị na nwunye gị nọdụ bụrụ homeless, you cannot talk. So my people, when you look at what is going on now, Imalo na Biafra Biago, donate to fund our liberation. Ya tụzi na onye ọbụla ụjọ, ya emezi na onye ọbụla obi na-abụ. Or Fulani anụnwa chọrọ Islamize unu by force. Ọ nka ịchọ. Na mbosi emelu election na Anambra State. Because na Biafra Republic government in exile, enyego ndị be anyị no homeland instruction, onye apụtakwana na that election. And fa pụtara, unu ma ife menu, nke a na-akpa tezi, wee je welu trailer, wee bute ndị Fulani, wee bubata bie, ka fa bịa tụọlụ Charles Soludo. So that ka enwee Nigeria presence in Biafra land. Because he is benefiting. That man will be the only Igbo man who will well. Because of only God my melundi Fulani faji wenye ya. Oh Fulani Sokoto Caliphate nyanwe 24 oil wells. Ma oil nke dị na Bayelsa, ma nke dị na Calabar, ma nke dị na Warri. So onye on ndị abụ ndị nwe Nigeria. Do we want to continue living with Nigerians? The answer is no. Onye ekwetero ekwetelu mie. Answer is no. We don't want Nigeria. This man apụtago kita. Onye amakafa si emi na aga dissolve Nigeria. Ka ijebele onwe. And ya na advocate for ndị Europe, they recognize Biafra. And onye abrozi nwata. Oburo ta ka obido politics. Why na okwuri ekemgbe? Mana ọ nụrụ ana ka America kwuru. Gonna blazing. Onye ọbụla jump out. And the nwoke will influence. Will influence. So my people, onye ọbụla kunye, rise up. Let us continue to listen to his program.
Moitan.
Moitan is still silent, muted. If you want to say something, you are welcome, but you have to unmute yourself.
Okay. Good evening. Basically, I'm happy to be here. So,
you're welcome.
Yeah, I'll just go straight to the point. Now, after this Twitter space, what next?
After the Twitter space, what next is your question? You know, there must be a global awareness campaign for the plight of the Christians in Nigeria. And there's a lot of activities in Europe now forward to that. And we must translate this anger and this care for the Christians in Nigeria into concrete, actionable kind of proposal towards the freedom and independence of Biafra and ex-Nigeria. Because this is what most Europeans don't understand, that the only hope for the Christians in Nigeria is the independence of Biafra. And this is basically what comes next. Thanks a lot. You can continue.
Okay, so how do we now translate this? Everything you just said, so how do we put this into because let it be as though after we keep talking without some quick actions. So what are the plans you think we should take, or how do you come to help?
I beg your pardon.
So that process is basically to build the institutions to prepare for independence.
My people, we didn't hear that guy's question. His background was very noisy and very unstable. Let's listen to Mr. Gunter's response.
Mostly they are based in the United States of America, like, for example, this exile government of East Turkestan and ex-China. And so we have these role models, or the Tibetan exile government, or many others. And this is basically what I recommend as well, the movement here for Biafra's independence. And luckily, you have already an exiled prime minister, and I had the honor to have an interview with him already. And I will also invite him to my podcast. And so I'm very happy for that. And you have legitimate institutions, which is a big step. And you have already in America very good support, which is actually quite impressive. I saw a lot of senators, like Senator Ted Cruz, talking about the plight of Christians in Nigeria. The question is always, can we really translate it into an independence movement, which is also supported by the United States and, of course, the European Union, the United Kingdom, free world, and all others. And that's, of course, a complicated task. That's because we have a lot of resistance towards new states. Whenever I'm explaining that in 1945, when the UN created, we were just 50 nations, and then we gradually are now at close to 200. Yeah? And soon there will be a new state in Africa, Somaliland, will out of ex-Somalia, and that's very important precedence, maybe also closely to watch, because I'm also supporting the people and the freedom of Somaliland Republic. But now we can, of course, see how we can achieve it together. But the ultimate leadership must be with your prime minister in exile and with the government. And I can just amplify support and also advise to a certain extent how this is happening in other parts of the world. Ethiopia is also a good candidate for being ex there.
Yes, my people, we are getting close. Onye afọ Julia ajụjụ si a, now, after this designation, what next? O wee na-akọwa ife ọ na-akọwa kịta. Ọ sị na Biafrans na anyị statilụ nke anyị ọfụma, na ya enwego a broadcast, combined broadcast with our prime minister, which is Mazi Ogenkere. That happened last week. Ọ sị na the best thing anyị mee, which is good, bụ inwe government in exile. And na another good thing anyị mee bụ inwe a very good relationship with America, especially Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz, as you all know, is one of the executives that promulgates law, and he passed the bill. He's one of the legal executives, and he passed the bill for Nigeria to be designated as a country of particular concern. And the Biafrans have a very good alliance with him, personally, as one of the congressmen, and America as a country. So ndị be anyị, ife niile anyị na-eme dị in accordance with the law. Anyị adịghị eme ife dị against the law. Anyị abụrụ ndị na-achọ okwu. Ndị be anyị, onye na-agụ akwụkwọ na-agụ ọfụma, onye na-alụ ọrụ na-eme biznes na-eme ya ọfụma. Unu lota na o nwere oge onye ọcha si obodo oyibo wee bịa si na ya na Afrịka, na ya nọ na West Africa, na the Igbos, na anyị nwere a very good system of trading, and the people that work under you, ọ sị na ọ dị very good. Unu ma ife ọ bụ? Onye ọga nwee biznes, onwe ụmụ boy about 3 or 4, and the fanchada abịa the same time, so they settle them according to the year fabia. Onye nke anwa pụọ jee establish, onye nke a finish, ọ pụọ jee establish, ebe niile a na-agbasa. So whatever we do, we try to do it well. We are not doing this Biafra Republic government in exile like ndị isi mgbaka mba. Anyị na-eme in accordance with the rule of law. And all ife a bụ the beauty of what we are doing. Because unufu n'oge APM na-eje oje onyefa our law book called our charter, and he will take picture with it. Egosi m unu here yesterday na our website. So what he is saying is that we have started off very well. So the moment I bido nwetebe recognition now, anyabula a nation, because they know that we are people they can rely on. We are people that knows about the law and obeys the law. Nigeria mamaka law, but they don't obey it. You know? Oburo mad nine na can eme allow to build nuclear station. Makana oburo onye ọbụla lụ nuclear station ma ife ọ ga-eji eme ka ọ baa ulu. Ụfọdụ ga-eji wee na-egbu ndị mmadụ. Mana ụfọdụ ga-eji wee na-develop their country. So this is it. The man praised Biafra the way they have started off. So ajụjụ for that boy Juliasia, after this designation, what next? So say na etunu si bido the good. So unu ga follow up. Kunu we relationship with other countries. No dey in partnership with them. Enwe trade partnership, political partnership, diplomatically. Enwe everything. Country and country and name exchange diplomats. Nwe embassies na each other's nation. Ono man enwebu embassy of the whole world n'Enugu before. Fulani ewepuge. No more international airport. Na the whole of Biafra land. Manke di na Igwocha, manke di n'Enugu, emechige. Because Fulani don't want you to cross their boundary. In nwere ike inwe ego karịa etufu achọ, they will drag you back. Unu lote oge Jim nwa obodo nwe bank. Fasizie his license. The same thing happened to Orji Uzor Kalu. And they tried to do the same to APs. Ewanwa. They tried to frustrate that man. Oje welu 2 billion jenye ndi Fulani. Ewe bia na egbu umunnie. So my people, in freedom fight is just from one thing to another. Onwere onye gasi, oh, I am a professional freedom fighter. No, 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 no. It goes as it comes. And it comes as it goes. So Biafrans, we have a few more minutes to listen to this man and I will call it a day. I thank all of you for joining me. Remember to click the like button, share so that this message will go viral. Ka ndị be anyị ụfọdụ aghọtara ife ụfọdụ, onwe ndị aghọtara ife bụ government in exile. Onwelu ndị aghọtara why eji nwee government in exile. Ụfọdụ asị gị, come home now. Yes, that's what they will tell you. Come home now. Why are you abroad? This is why we are abroad. So you na share this message. Ndị anwa aghọtara a na-aghọta. Fa na-aghọta. Maka na ndị be anyị, most of us ada agba mgbe ibe fa na-agba. Ị na-agwa fa na Fulani na-abịa, onye ndu told the whole Nigeria. Kita fa niile ekwugo, hey, na onye ndu Maazị Nnamdi Kanu was correct, oh, he is a prophet. Oh. Kita na-agwa unu donate, unu anọdụ na-ajụ anya oyi. Mgbe Biafra ga-abịa kita, onye ọbụla na-ekpopụta risiti, onwe ife a na-enyefisi, inyere m, ọ na mabụrụ onye Biafra. Come and donate now. Come and donate now. A na-agwa unu ife unu na-eme isi ike. Una name isi ọkpụkpụ. Agwa unu na Fulani na-abịa to Fulanize you and to Islamize you. I say, oh, it cannot happen. But it's happening. What will you do? Obu no bro Biafra Liberation Army. Unu ni na aka nogo. Now, I don't know where. Ebu na aka baga. Because they're all over the place. But because of the presence of BLA, they are not buying you people like they are buying others. Go to Katsina. Kunu fu ifefa na-emefe onwe nke nkiricha yesterday bebe akwa. Abịa kepụcha afa aka n'azụ. Ọkwa ụmụ nwoke fa nke ewelu ife dị amara mma egbe ka ogini. Ọ ga-akụgide fa n'isi kụgide ka anwa ada nwụọ. Ọkụba onye nke ọzọ. Etu a ka o si wee gbucha afa ncha. Ndị Fulani, they are not joking. They are not joking. That is their orientation. A na-agwa unu mee na ọsịsọ kịta ọ bụ na onye isi ndị Amerịka na ọ nọ n'ọchịchị ka ọ zọpụta anyị maka na the man be Christian himself. A na-ekwu mee na ọsịsọ mee na ọsịsọ 4 years adịrọkwa too far. Donate enu ka ime ife akpa kịta abụrụ oge a na-asị ejekọm ịgba nkwụ nwaanyị ana m eje ime wedding ana m eje ịlụ ụlọ ka m mee investment. No, when Biafra comes, in fact, you people will be on top. Unu ga na-ajụ sị ọwụwa dị etu a ka ụwa dị. That's why we are saying all these things. Me especially, because afụgo m ife. I'm not a child. Abụrụzi m ụmụazị. Afụgo m ife ụwa. N'enu Burkina Faso ọrụ 2022 ka that guy overtake the government overthrow over jee nene ya kịta ọ dịzi ka Dubai, ọ bụ na ọ kara Dubai mma. So Biafra abịa is a matter of time. Unu niile a na-wonder si etu a ka ụwa si echenji dan ị nọ na Nigeria everyday a na-egbu ọbara, a na-egbu human beings. Then a na-agwa unu donate onye ọbụla a na-eme save money. Ị ga na-esave that money, Fulani abịa kidnap gị ma ọ kidnap nwanne gị asị gị weta ego, then you will be happy to iburu ego anwa jee bunye ndị Fulani. You go and give it to Fulanis. Fe were na-ego ngwa agha wee na-egbukwa unu more and more. Ma toll gate niile ajuru na Biafra land, ndị Fulani nọ wee na-extort ego maka Fulani nọ na army, fa nọ na police, fa nọ na air force, fa nọ na navy, everywhere also Fulani. So those police checkpoints, agwa unu ego nefa na anata unu there in every year, unu ga-agba n'aka o ife unu chọ. But Biafra land bịa kịta ụzọ niile ga-eghele oye. O nwere amenwe one toll gate so na our boundary with another country. Oge anwa Nigeria ga-abụ another country, Yoruba ga-abụ another country. Anyị enwesia border. Yes. So my people, donate. O nwere ụdị video anyị aka gosiri unu except video ebe a na-egbu mmadụ. O nwere every video ana m aga round, m ga-aga YouTube, gaa TikTok, m ga-aga na Kedafia X, chọta information unu ga-eji ma na ndị a na fact they are not stopping at anything. They are not stopping. Faji speed and anyị nwa bụ ndị Igbo bụ ndị na-enyefa tough time. And unuma why na fe nwere grounds na banye because of our culture, our tradition. That's the reason why it is difficult for them to penetrate. We have this communal link. Ife family gị kwu ka ị ga-eme, ime nke onye ọzọ. Mana ndị na-akpọ isi ani nwe blanket rule that covers all. That covers everybody. That's why Faji wee jide Hausa kpachikọ ndị Hausa. Ị gaa na Yoruba land fake go ebe anwara half. But our nature is such that you can hardly Islamize us. We are Christians. And I believe now Christianity is this type of organization or something that relates to God directly. And no iwu Chukwu ka anyị na-eso. Anyị bụ ndị nwere omenani. Anyị bụ ndị nwere nsọpụrụ. That's why it is difficult for them to break into us. Even though na ndị dịka Hope Uzodimma, Charles Soludo, na Peter Mba, na David Umahi, na ụdị ndị anwa bụ ndị ogologo akpịrị. Ndị ogologo akpịrị. Fa bịafe kpọrọ ụmụ fa kpọga obodo oyibo ka fa jee gụọ akwụkwọ, they need the money. So Fulani tightened up. Wee fa tụnye gị ikwelu, they will give you. So ndị nke a bụ ndị nke kwenu. But my people, government or governors, how many are they? Just say that there are 6 governors with 6 deputies and maybe like 20 House of Rep or people in House of Assembly. and senators. Call it 50 of them or 100 of them. And we are like 70 million. Minus 100 or 200 politicians in the whole of Southeast. Minus it from 70 million. Ọ bụzi iwu nke fa ga-aka nke anyị? The answer is no. But talk unu wee malụ the gravity of what Nigeria is doing to us. That na fa kechisili everywhere. That no ndị politicians a bụ ndị kwelu ịkwatu be anyị. But fama kwatu nwunye, it will never happen. As long as we are donating, they will not succeed. They will not. Chukwu na-alụ ọlụ ya kịta.
And there are others, and so we can work together. But that would be my advice for concrete action. Look what worked in ex-Yugoslavia, look at what kind of dynamic that had, and the most important is to drive forward, to believe in it, to build the institutions and the international consensus for acceptance and recognition, and then to really convince also your people that this is the right way.
I have a few questions, and I think I have to make it very, very brief. Number one is, what is the importance of an exile government to the pursuit of freedom, or to the pursuit of an economic emancipation of an indigenous people? Secondly, is Nigeria is a dangerous, diverse country. Nigeria is a dangerous, diverse country where different backgrounds, ethnic, religions, and tribal were lumped together by force, not by agreement. First, the Yorubas and the Oduduwas, there's the Yorubas predominantly, and the Biafrans, we are lumped together, and they were called the Southern Protectorate, which existed for a while before they lumped the North together, the Northern Protectorate, and they call it Nigeria in 1914, exactly January 1st in 1914. Now, it seems it is difficult to break when the citizens are agitating. And I found out that what is making it difficult is maybe the mineral resources within that very enclave. I want to ask, with these mineral resources, can humanity live? Or without these mineral resources, can humanity still exist? Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. You know, exile government is very important, and I'm very happy that you have already declared independence, that you have an exile government, and that you have the institution in place. This is absolutely critical in order to achieve legitimacy and also recognition, because you need speaking partners on the global world for the free world to address. You need to organize resources and also to make awareness. And this can be legitimate only done by exile government. And I'm happy that you have it. So I agree, it's very, very important. When it comes to resources, that's of course a very big problem in most of the states, because the central state always tries to get control of the resources which bring the foreign exchange, and then being able to buy the military and to have some security apparatus in order to suppress everybody else. That's the whole history of Russia. That's the whole history of other countries which we have in that category of dictatorships. And that's exactly what Nigeria is doing, controlling the oil wealth and exploiting this money in order to buy off one ethnic group to suppress the others. This is exactly what they are doing. And it works actually doesn't work very well, because Nigeria, in many aspects of economic criteria like inflation, growth, it's an absolute disaster, failed state. And they have never managed to have really decent development, which is really outrageous. And their economic management is, despite all these massive resources of this oil wealth, is still absolutely a disaster. And that's why that is, because of corruption and mismanagement and buying off one elite by the other. And then you end up into this kind of oligarchic, kind of corrupt mess, which Nigeria unfortunately is, because they are also not really very friendly to their neighbors. They are not really ready for economic integration. and they are protectionist and oligarchic, and this is a typical sign of a failed state. And the sooner it is Nigeria, the sooner all these opportunities which Nigeria has, gifted from the Lord in terms of resources and people, will be available for the people and also for the whole world to really share in this wealth, and then to lift the Nigerian people of ex-Nigeria into a normal level of prosperity, freedom, and security, which everybody in the world should have. And they are deprived today of that. And I'm very sorry. And that's why it's very good if we work together in order to address this injustice. Thanks a lot.
Yes, Biafrans, you all know who asked that question, who has that voice. That was our one of our defense ministers, Mazi Success. Ọ jụrụ nwoke a ajụjụ gbasatalụ Nigeria. O bụ ụzọ kwuo maka importance of government in exile, which mụnwa kọwagolu unu na Charles de Gaulle, mgbe Hitler na-achụ ndị mmadụ fa gbaba ọsọ, ọgbaga United Kingdom wee nọdụ there wee fọmụọ American French Free Force, wee bụrụ commander in chief wee nọdụ there. Ọ nọ ebe anwa wee nụ agha, anụsị agha during the Second World War na 1940, wee na-achị back to France. So that is the answer to that one. Also, that Nigeria is a multi-dangerous, diverse country. Wee kwube maka mineral resources and everything. My people, nwoke a wee zaa anya si ya, yes, na any country na ife na-abụ their target bụ ebe nwe deposit of mineral resources, kafa weli ya na-echedo their military and to protect their security and foreign exchange. But Nigeria, those people nwe this oil, why is it that they don't deserve good treatment? They don't deserve to talk. They don't deserve to remind you that we have constitution that was constituted in 1914. Let us look into it and see if there could be a referendum. That is what that constitution said. But Nigeria actually, or say that Russia did the same to places like Ukraine. And when I checked, Ukraine has oil. No, Black Sea oil. So that intimidation by Russia to Ukraine, we ife Nigeria na-eme to Biafrans. Ọ sị na ya dị sorry n'ụdị ife dị etu a na-eme. But my people, ọkụ unu wee malụ na o nwere ife ọzọ anyị ga-eme than idonate kịta. Donation a abụrọkwanụ forever. Ọ bụrụ forever. I will always clamor on donation. Because if I need iji ego mee orika, ọ bụrụ ife m ga-abịa kọwabalụ unu ebe a. Because ka ịma nke a ịmara nke ọzọ. Ife dị na any government, funding, finance, bụ life wire of every well-running government. Your tax, BLT, all the very important. All the very important. Na onye ọbụla ga na-akwụ BLT ya, na-donate. Ọ ya ka nji wee debe this website here, Biafra Republic Government in Exile.org. Not in exile, sorry. www.biafrarepublicgovernment, and you spell the government not gov, but government is spelled in full, all in small letters. .org. Ilura n'ebe anwa, on top of it, ị ga-afụ ife izizi ị ga-afụ n'enu bụ donate. I wee fụzia the other elements of our website, the beauty of our website. So ndị be anyị, o nwere ife dịka mmadụ ịchịkọta onwe ya ọnụ jiri nwayọọ wee mara ife ọ chọọ. Ife anyị chọọ bụ Biafra, and Biafra bịa today onwere onye a ga-achụpụ, onwere onye a ga-asị isoro na iso. This is why it is good. Nwoke a na-ekwu kịta ọ sị you people should unite yourself, and this is what made our APM say the other day, you should all repent and come back together, because all this breji ka onye ọbụla na-abịa to support Biafra, this breji kafa na-ene anya. O nwerọkwa ebe iji azụ eje. Ngwa na-enu nke bụ Madam Ngozi, onye na-anụzikwa n'onye, mana o nwekwa ndị ka na-esi shipishly, mana ndị ụfọdụ na-esi ma ife apụtago. The same thing with CRC. O nwere ebe fa ji azụ eje. Madam Kedafia Ekoma, the professor, o deelu nwoke a leta. Nwoke a o mee gịnị? Ọ bụ ya wa APM, maka na nwoke a mana APM bụ ọchịagha for now. Yes, onye bụ ọchịagha. Office of our prime minister dị n'ọbụ aka APM right now. That's why he's the acting prime minister. So ndị a nọ n'akụkụ, unu gbakwa aka o kịta na-achitenu bịa tụba na ego ka anyị wee nweta Biafra. Tụba na ego. We need donation. We need it.
Good.
Next question.
The next one is corruption hater.
Hello, corruption hater. You already addressed me on Twitter. I know your tweet. You are very welcome to ask all the questions you asked me on Twitter now here in this space. You have to unmute yourself. Well, maybe your braveness has lost you. Maybe somebody else, because we have a lot of requests, I see, for speaking.
The next one will be Mr. Snow.
Oh,
Mr. Snow, you're welcome. And we must tell the world, and we must bypass this official communication.
Nigerian state is not accepting that referendum. I will suggest that international community will compel them, compel Nigeria. Let's have a referendum so that we can separate peacefully. But if this is impossible, the Biafran independence has become irrevocable, and we will fight, but we don't want to fight. So my appeal to international community is to compel Nigeria to organize a peaceful referendum so that there can be a peaceful separation. But if they do not, we have made up our decision. Our mind is made up, and it's irrevocable. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You're doing a great job.
So you want freedom and independence for Biafra?
Oh yes, I want it now.
Absolutely. Let's work on that one for freedom of Biafra. Thanks a lot for your contribution. Next question, please.
Good, thank you, Veteran Dragon. The next one is Liatitia. Sorry if I spell it wrong.
Hello, good evening, people.
Welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gunter, Mr. Nicole, and everybody online right now. Okay, right now I'm in Cameroon, and I have a parent who's from Nigeria, so I have dual citizenship, and the issues of Nigeria are currently at heart here. So it's true that Cameroon too has been going through a lot of crisis, but it's not compared to what is happening in Nigeria, because indeed in Nigeria there is a genocide of Christian and actions need to be taken, and those actions need to be taken now. So what I am appealing actually is that we should strive, we should I don't know, fast forward the processes to make Biafra a republic. Because knowing fully the government, the present government of Nigeria, I think by right now they should be hurrying up to quench the issue. They should be gathering all their forces, their tactics, gathering the, I don't know, a crazy team right now to shun this issue. But the thing is, if we have to act now, and it should be fast. So what are the steps that we are to take right now that can easy fast forward things to go? Because as time is going, I believe the wind blow and everything will pass. So what are the actions that we can take right now to make things happen? Because it's good to talk about it, but I think actions, demonstrations, concrete things that we can do right now to make things happen, for them to hear us loud, for them to hear us now. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks a lot for the question. One thing is always about resources. States need resources, and new states in a fragile situation when they want to emerge out of other states need resources. I can tell you the history of Kosovo. It's a new state which was recognized in 2008 by about 120 nations of the world, and I know it very well. I worked there many years, and during the time of the apartheid against the Kosovo Albanians, it was like this, that many of them lived abroad, and what they have done is that 3% of all the income which the Kosovo Albanians have earned in Switzerland, Austria, Germany, Belgium, or other countries, or in America, this 3% of the income they were sharing with the exile government and the resistance movement. And then there was considerable resources available to fund the resistance. It was a peaceful resistance, but they were also building institutions, and they were building an exile government, which was then able in 97 and 98, when the going was tough, and they were able to supply and equip also the resistance ultimately. And then
Okay, please, Biafrans, Ndewo Diego, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. Remember, everyone, to click the like button. We are about 24 people now watching. I have a link there on the comment section in case anyone wants to join me, or if after maybe 10 minutes there's no one joining, I will call it a day, my people. Thank you so much.
they had also the lobbying and the support in the United States to have enough support that when the Serbs then cracked down and started military violence against the Kosovo Albanians, the Americans then helped and sent the tanks and the airplanes to help the freedom of Kosovo. And this is, I think, the most relevant story for Biafra. You need to build similar strong external institutions in order to be ready for the day when there is the necessity to work and we can share more information, because I want to learn more about how to dismantle Cameroon and how to liberate the people of Amazonia and others in ex-Cameroon. And that's something really very important. I think it goes simultaneously, ex-Nigeria and ex-Cameroon, and it is much better if we work together. Thanks a lot for your question.
All right, all right. But concerning Cameroon, it's not. Cameroonians are not much into division currently. What we are all striving for is to get rid of the present president, because we believe he was fraudulently sworn in into the palace, which we believe was against the people's voices. So what we want is for the president to peacefully step down due to his age. Cameroon's president is 92 years old and he has been in power for more than 43 years old. So it's a terrible thing that we are witnessing, and we pray and when we are fighting, we are voicing out our rights, and we believe.
My people, you can imagine how she started her question. Yes, how she started her question. Hello, Nsi, thank you so much. She started her question by telling the man that she's a Cameroonian, but that she lives in Nigeria and she see and know everything that happens in Nigeria, that he should help, that Nigeria should stop killing Christians and dissolve Nigeria, and that she agreed with the recognition of Biafra for them to be a republic and be a nation of their own. And when the man said to her, talking to her about the whole thing going on, she said no, that Ambazonia, that there is no problem with Ambazonia. There is problem with Ambazonia. There is problem. Ambazonia wants to leave Cameroon. Ambazonia is our sister nation, wanting to rise up like Biafrans. The same thing that Ambazonians we are going through in the hands of Nigeria government, controlled by Fulanis, is exactly what Ambazonians are going through. Because Mr. Gunter, look at him here. He was telling the lady about what he is helping to do in other countries like Eritrea and Ethiopia and Somali and the people who want to leave Somaliland. And she said no, that Ambazonians, that there's no problem. There is problem. And she also mentioned that the thing they want is to remove the 92-year-old leader. That 92-year-old leader, you all know why he is there. Because if you are fighting for your freedom, you must know why you are fighting, why you want to live, and what you will tell people when they ask you, why do you want to live? Like if anybody asks me today why I want to leave Nigeria, number one, Nigeria was amalgamated in 1914, and all the protectorates, Igbo, Yoruba, Fulani, that were amalgamated in 1914, they had a constitution that says after 100 years, which ended in 2014, that anyone who wants to leave should be able to do so. Nigeria has government that does not listen to the rule of their law. In 1960, Nigeria had its independence from UK. And the whole thing started happening 6 years, barely 6 years after that independence. Fulani started killing Christians in the north. Killing Christians. And when our people were running away from the north, down to east, when they get to Benue and Plateau, the Plateau people will be killing them for the Fulanis. And during the war, when the war started, Yakubu Gowon and Ojukwu went to Ghana, Aburi Accord, for other African presidents to settle them. They settled and said, you people should go and govern yourself, but have a central government. But Gowon came back. Gowon accepted. Ojukwu addresses him as Jack. Jack accepted in Aburi. And when they got home, so many people started talking to him. Do not accept. Do not accept. Ojukwu was then Enugu governor of Eastern Nigeria, and he was living in Enugu. A lot of things happened. A lot of things happened. You have to be able to understand why you are living. Not just that we are marginalized. We, the Igbos, the 40 United States of Biafra, they don't allow us. They made a memo and the show of reporter, Sahara reporter, told us in his reporting newspaper that there is a memo that an Igbo man can never rule Nigeria. And you all saw it in 2023 when Obi won, though I'm not Obi's a fan, and I can never be. He killed Biafrans during Masob and threw them into Ezu River. Onyendu said it, and it happened. And the policeman he used, was the man that said that it was the governor that instructed him to do the act of killing these Masob boys and threw them into Ezu River. But Obi won as an Igbo man in 2023. He won landslide victory at the capital city, which is one of the rule of laws, electoral laws. So Tinubu did not win in Lagos as the former capital. He did not win in Abuja, but they gave it to him. They used 5 judges that they bribed with so much money. Nigeria does not obey law. So what are we doing with them? After 100 years, and by the special grace of God, from that time till now will be like 111 years. And we are still being lily-livered in facing these people once and for all. Come and donate. Be angry that I call you lily-livered and come and donate. Give us that 2 billion that AP's owner gave to Fulani people. Come and donate. You are lily-livered. Those traders, those businessmen in Ariaria, those businessmen at Otu Onitsha, those Igbo businessmen at Balogu, Lagos, or Computer Village, Ikeja, those businessmen in Kano and Kaduna, get angry. See this video that I'm calling you people lily-livered. Will you be slave for Fulani? For how long? We have served the Fulanis with our own blood, and still they don't love you. Even hopeless Uzodinma, they don't love him. Because as long as you are a human being and you are selling your brothers to a slave buyer, that slave buyer can never trust you. They can never trust you. Remember when in the Bible, Joseph said that he saw 12 people serving him. His brothers sold him to Egypt. They sold him. But what happened? God made Joseph the leader in Egypt. And they all came when they were hungry. So that Joseph is now Biafra. Just look at Biafra as Joseph. They sold us. Governors, they sold Biafrans to the Fulanis. But we say no. Get angry and come and vote angrily. Come and donate. I mean to say not vote, is to donate. Donate money to fund your liberation, my people. As I'm rounding up today, the issue in our video exposition and everything I show you people here is to know that this problem we have, no other person can resolve it. It's now in our hands. And that resolution will come from your donation. A Gemma or a J. Every country needs in its life wire funding and finance to run smoothly. Even Ukraine, they are a nation. They are not government in exile. But they still go around. They went to Nigeria to borrow money. He went to America to borrow money. He goes everywhere borrowing money. So who are we that are still government in exile that we cannot ask for money to be given to us? We have IOU. That's borrow. Lend us money. And when Biafra comes, you will get double of whatever you loan to Biafra. So my people, we all have to speak in a loud voice, donating to Biafra Republic Government.org. That's where your donation link is. a beautiful website. You will see everything happening there. That your APM is not sleeping. That your APM is a man that you follow with confidence. That he is doing the needful. My people, I will leave you here and I will call it a day. I thank you all for joining. Nsi, Tony, thank you so much. Victor Nonso, Ndewo, Diego Lopez, Dalu so much. Okonkwo Solomon Chichi, everybody that have made this program today to be successful. I appreciate all of you. And I see you when I see you. All praises to God. Donate, donate, donate. That is our hail Biafra. Peace, progress, unity, and equity. Yeah, no, so I gave you time that time. I said 10 minutes is over 10 minutes now. Go ahead and talk to Biafrans. Hello, Nonso. The mic is yours. Wow, okay.
Mommy, from being around the up. See, because if you notice, na
Eh,
session.
Mba,
So I wanted to go back,
eno-
be on the comment section to come or if I'm na studio or not.
Ọmarịcha nwoke Biafra.
Good afternoon, ma.
Kedu?
What the hell Zombia here being just to say thank you very much to Gota because we have seen that he's out and he's really outspoken for the Biafran people and for all freedom fighters. So
Yes,
I'm just here because of my time. I'm just here to encourage, other prominent men, international communities, those great men and women. We also love to see women from Italy, from other parts of the world, Belgium, Denmark, Germany. It's time for you all to start speaking. Stand up and support the freedom of Biafran people. It is very, very important. So, mommy, I need to baga train before this trainer. So I can still continue to contribute.
okay.
So, so what I'm saying now is that I believe that only one thing, this gentleman said that really amazed me. So, my own I didn't mark I name the mother the importance of ihe so ka ha nwee ike ma ihe ebe a ga-eso. So this man mere ka ịghọta na bịa da o nwere ihe a na-akpọ government in exile and the importance of government in exile in his struggle of freedom. So I believe that our people get that point. Ịma a na-ekwu okwu sometimes ọ na-aba ntị ya ochie ebe nke ọzọ na-efe
Yes,
ọkwa nwekwara ihe ịghọtara ọwụdụ mmadụ pụta spend 2 hours 3 hours online na-ekwu okwu at the end of the day when they need to ịghọta. So on the bike I'm now on the importance of Biafra government in exile. Only hand government in exile is a recognized entity. So unu ga-ama when you hear any other organization AGTC and they say hand on the ground. This is the right time, this is the best time, this is the only time. I nwere onye ọbụla kwesịrị iji pụta n'ipụta, mee ha kwesịrị ime. There's no any other time apart from now. Somebody may joke around, it's on my mind because of Kankan Metro. Thank you very much. God bless you.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Biafrans, let us call it a day now. We have done very well for today, and I thank all of you. Remember, onye ndị ilo gbara gburugburu na-eche ndụ ya nche mgbe niile. Ụmụ Biafra, unu alarụkwana ụla. Kedu ka unu ga-esi na-eche ndụ unu nche? Welu unu webụsaịtị a www.biafrarepublicgovernment.org, all in small letters, and the government is spelled in full. Donate, donate, donate for our liberation and our freedom. Ọ ga-adịlụ nwoke mma, dịlụ nwanyị mma. I will see you people when God permits. Thank you so much and bye from here.